Hello, my name is Alex and I am the host of How Grotesque podcast, and this is episode 2 of the series. Hopefully you'll like it and you won't find it repulsive. So, what is this podcast about? It's about rambling, raving, ranting and banter, freestyle fiction if nothing more. There is no continuation, no framework, not much of anything but a ravings of possible lunatic, to be frank. So if you want to engage few minutes with ramblings on multiple subjects, from garbage collection to piracy, this could be just the place for you, my dear listener. Still, there are moments of clarity and lucidity in all of this, so anything goes. And as such, there are stories that are forgotten in the mists of time regardless if they happened yesterday or some centuries ago. So if you are attracted to highbrow banter, I think you'll find this podcast very informative and perhaps even entertaining. This podcast is for mature audiences and listener discretion is advised. All that being said, now let us dive into the second episode of How Grotesque podcast. This time we go bonkers and read out some very bad poetry. Leprous Poetry Volume 1. Poem number 1 is called Hamburger. The meat grinder fed, with moronic notions of good and bad, revolving palm bleeding onto the remains, you absolute bastards of ancient fame. Tell me the tale, my favorite one, nutritional value of bourgeois shit, honest to be, could geez a bit, promise I'll behave as a kid so sweet. The meat grinder fed, with notions ahead, of good and evil, my ignorance instead, twisting palm, hostage of shame, as I dwell again, why blood and guts run so quickly through the drain. Grind me gently, my cheap crappy machine, run past me a sales pitch, won't go much astray. Poem number 2 is named Bollocks. Tickets to heaven, buy one, get one free, it's a bargain I tell ya, should get some, so did he. Tickets to heaven? Costs an arm and a leg. My credit spins downwards, is it lucrative to beg? So sorry to say this, beggin's value dropped a bit, need to throw in your soul, and a squeeze of your sister's tits. Alright then, where do I sign? Asked the man anticipating bliss, as he missed the geezer, tail tried and fashioned, taking a piss. Oi. You daft cunt. Don't mind me, never mind at all, what you think you're doing? Too blind to see the goal. I'm selling you those things, belonging to you all for free, don't look at me like I'm bonkers, they sold them once to me. Showed me all those cosmic visions, of shaggin' blondes and crapping gold, kept me from the simple truth though, always offside, since day I was born. You lyin' cunt, you look alright. Do I now, ya cheap tart, know who am I, mirrors be damned? Your ulcer growing inside your gut. No wonder I look promising young, tumors and dementia tying you to bed, all of them newborn, spawning and wild. Stuart Pearce's free kick smashing your head. The man and the geezer, wavy lengths so apart, the tailed one pale and dying, as man's trip to heaven start. Poem number 3 is titled Diarrhea Diary. Fucking hell, I shite so well, gazing at the national flag, all them quacks, prescriptions delving, no contest for this colored bag. Thought myself a lesson now. Revelation and all, foretold, butcher's apron did the job, but if tolerance strikes, constipation uphold? No worries mate. Steer clear from ugly noise, don't randomize music, laxative anthems, Volume 1, track by choice. I hope you all liked episode 2 of this podcast. Thank you so kindly for listening, and I will be back next time for episode 3 of the How Grotesque podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, please consider liking, sharing, and above all, subscribe to this channel, dear listener. Because, why not? Join me next time for another grotesque ranting through space and time. Cheerio.
It's a game!